Today's Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by NCC, Tioga Medical Center, The Country Store, St. Luke's Medical Center, Otheon Boutique, Souris Valley Dental Group of Minot, Haugland Insurance Services, D&L Paraffin, Brad Johnson Insurance, Bravera Bank, Continental Resources, Northwest Therapy Services, Nesset Consulting Service, Roustabout Service and Insulating, DA Land, LLC, Tioga Ace Hardware, Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, The Bank of Tioga, Tioga Parts Supply, Tegan's Interiors, Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, Prairie Home Furnishings, Farmers Union Insurance, Larson Vossen Agency, Montreal County Health Center, Brandy Larson Insurance Agency, Kyle Hansen, Financial Advisor, Border Mobile Grain Cleaning, Wham LLC and Dry Fork Supply, Burke Divide Electric Cooperative, Liberty State Bank of Powers Lake, Crosby Chiropractic, The City of Ray, Lindsay Grocery, Northern Charm Boutique, Montreal Williams Electric Cooperative, Mirex Petroleum Corporation, Powers Lake Athletic Booster Club, Faith Baptist Church of Kenmare, Ray Farmers Union Elevator, Gustafson Septic Service Incorporated, Tioga Pirates Booster Club, The Depot LLC, TNT Measurements Incorporated, RTC Networks, Flag Family Media.
As we come back to our featured match tonight, it'll be the Ray Jays hosting the Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers tonight in a District 16 girls volleyball matchup here from Ray, North Dakota on Kurt Hodenfield Court. We're glad that you have come in, that we're able to come into your living room, house tonight, or wherever you may be picking us up on our YouTube channel, GameDay Media ND. And glad that you've joined us tonight for this matchup out of District 16 featuring competitors in the football on the volleyball court, but teammates on the football field. So very unique situation for these two school districts, and we're looking forward to a great broadcast tonight with some competitive volleyball matches. If you were with us last Tuesday night, the Tioga Pirates took down the Divide County Maroons in a close match, 3-2. Pirates winning the fifth and deciding set with a 15-13 win over the Divide County Maroons to take that District 16 win. Tonight, the Ranchers and the Ray Jays will be taking the floor tonight. My name is Randy Peterson, alongside our producers tonight, David Peterson, running our board ops tonight. My cameraman, as usual, James Myers, giving you the shots that you may enjoy on our broadcast here tonight. That being said, we're just underway here with our opening warm-ups. We're going to send it back to our studio. We'll come back with our Continental Resources coach's comments. First up, it'll be the new head coach of the Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers, Liz Inget, after this timeout.
At Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, your local Case IH dealer, our vision is to be the respected and recognized leader in agricultural equipment and the employer of choice by helping people succeed. Our mission is to serve agricultural customers and communities by partnering to meet their needs through the sales and support of farm equipment and technology. Visit plainsag.com to check local inventory or stop by at 8141 off Highway 2 in Stanley, your local Case IH dealer.
Hey Dad, will you check the cows?
Use this instead, Grandpa. The cows look fine, Dad.
In my day, we had to sleep in the barn to check the cows.
Combining tradition and technology, respecting the past while embracing the future. RTC Networks.
Kyle Hansen is proud to be a thrivent financial professional, providing personalized financial guidance to people of all stages of life. Thrivent believes humanity thrives when individuals make the most of what they've been given, and Kyle is here to help you do just that. Larson Boston Agency, your Farmers Union insurance agents located at 106 Main Street North in Crosby, North Dakota, offer multiple lines of insurance, including crop, farm and ranch, home, auto, commercial, and health insurance. Give Chell or Robbie a call today at 701-965-6335.
At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga, or shop online at acehardware.com.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
At DA Land LLC, our vision is to provide for the community in which we live and operate, providing a full line of skid steer attachments, farm and ranch, equine equipment, and much more. Shop our store in Tioga, North Dakota, or visit us online at daland-llc.com.
Otheon Boutique carries a wide variety of women's clothing as well as permanent jewelry. Shop in downtown Tioga or visit their website at shopotheon.com. Based in Crosby, North Dakota, St. Luke's Medical Center's mission is to provide comprehensive and compassionate health care for individuals and families in cooperation with the area medical community. Our vision is to be recognized as a community leader by delivering quality health care through a team of dedicated professionals in a friendly, compassionate, and growing environment. Recently named one of the top 20 critical access hospitals in the country means our community can count on us to deliver services they need now and in the future. To schedule an appointment, call 701-965-6349.
While being the largest leaseholder in the Bakken, Continental Resources believes that we are among the most efficient and cost-effective producers of oil and natural gas on the planet. One of the most effective ways of putting action behind our values is by giving to those communities in which we operate. American Energy is a huge contributor of tax revenue to local, state, and federal governments, an economic catalyst, and a job creator. If you want to work in an environment that encourages teamwork and putting your ideas into action, visit clr.com to start your new career today.
As we come back into GameDay Media and to the Tioga Medical Center Sports Desk, welcome to our Continental Resources Coaches' Comments here on the Border Plains Equipment Pregame Show. I've been able to catch up with the Powers Lake Burke Central Volleyball head coach, Liz Inget, to talk about their upcoming match this evening with the Ray Jays. And first off, Coach Inget, thanks for taking some time this evening to talk with us on GameDay Media.
You're welcome.
Your team is coming off of a strong 3-1 win over the Alexander Comets. What do you feel were the key factors to have such a dominating win over the Comets?
Just our serving and hitting, that obviously helps. Alexander was a really scrappy team. They picked up a lot of things, so we did have a hard time finding some holes, but and they sent us we had a lot of attempts at hitting. But
So as you prepared for the Ray Jays tonight, what do you feel will be their biggest strengths, and how do you plan to counter them?
Well, they've put a lot of time off season. They have a lot of girls who've been working a lot and played JO and went to a lot of camps and things like that. So they've got, a very solid team. So going to have to play defense, and we're going to have to be able to find the holes too. Against them.
So from the start of the opening camp this summer till now, what do you feel has been the biggest improvement in your team's play since the start of the season?
Well, it's been just a learning experience for me, because this is my first year that I've been back in volleyball for a very long time. And so just working with these girls and just figuring out different combinations and what works the best, that has been a big process. I think so. We're just learning how to play together, what everybody's strengths are, and how we can, put the best team out there on the floor, and utilizing all the different talents and strengths that we have. So, I guess that's we've been, we're coming along in that, and I've been starting to figure that out, and then we're still improving, like on our blocking and our hitting. We're I think every practice we're getting a little bit better in those areas. So those are some of the things I've seen that, or we're still working on.
Well, as I look at your schedule, the only loss you've had is to Central McLean, which was at the Glenburn tournament this past weekend, but you've got the Ranchers clicking on all cylinders right now, it appears, and we're looking forward to the broadcast. You've been listening to head coach Liz Ingot of the Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers here on our Continental Resources Coaches Comments. When we come back to the Tioga Medical Center Sports Desk and more of our Border Plains Equipment pregame show, we'll talk with the Ray Jays head coach Angie Kincaid after a few words from some of our great sponsors who help to make this all possible here on GameDay Media. Back after this quick timeout.
Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an appointment today at 701-664-3368. Tioga Medical Center. Great staff making a difference in the lives of patients every day.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Dr. Cammie Wehrman has been serving the Crosby area with entire family chiropractic care for 20 years, specializing in back and neck pain, headaches, and sports injuries. We also carry a full line of Nutridyne supplements. To schedule an appointment today, call 701-965-3222.
Murex Petroleum Corporation, a pioneer for today, creating opportunities for all involved. Extraordinary people, extraordinary assets. To start a great career, visit MurexPetroleum.com.
At Haugland Insurance Services, we are passionate about protecting farmers and ranchers. With extensive agricultural knowledge, we have the tools to protect your profit and minimize risk. Whether it's crop and livestock insurance or farm property and liability, we protect your hard-earned assets. We can also assist with farm transitions, commercial insurance, life, health, and disability coverage. You work hard to feed our world, and we work tirelessly to protect what you've grown and built. Call us at 701-965-4066 or visit us online at HauglandInsuranceServices.com.
Welcome back into GameDay Media at the Tioga Medical Center Sports Desk. It's time again now for our Continental Resources Coaches Comments as we continue on with the Border Plains Equipment pregame show. I've been able to catch up with head coach Angie Kincaid of the Ray Jays volleyball team to talk with me about their upcoming match this evening with the Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers. And first off, Coach, thanks for taking time today to talk with us here on GameDay Media.
Thanks for having me.
Last week you dropped a match to the Divide County Maroons up in Crosby, 3-1 in a tough match that was seen right here on GameDay Media. Divide County's got a pretty good young team there, Coach.
They do, and we proved that we are very, very capable of beating ourselves. Too many errors led to way too many opportunities for Divide, and they capitalized on them.
One of the things that I did notice about the Ray Jays was that almost every one of your players that were on the floor did those jump serves when you were on offense. That seemed to be something new that I haven't seen in the past, so you must have worked on that over the off season.
They did. That was something they learned this summer at a couple of camps we attended. We had a Devil's Lake camp come in and do some training with that, and then they just have been working on it a lot over the year. And I said, if you can get them in and be effective, then go ahead. Let's try it.
As you came back with a big win against the Lewis and Clark Berthold Bombers last Tuesday, that's had to be a pretty good feeling for the team to get back and get in their winning ways again.
Yeah, that was nice to see. Like that's the team we are. We played together. We played uniform. We worked. We communicated. Everybody did their job, and that's the team we are, and that's the team we need to be if we're going to be successful against Powers Lake tomorrow.
Yeah, and you have a team in Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers that has a number of returning starters from a year ago, players that have a lot of experience, and you know what they're like. And so what do you think will be a key to success against the Ranchers as you try to take down the Ranchers in this District 16 matchup tonight?
Again, we really have to work on reducing our own errors and taking ourselves out of the game. Powers Lake, again, will be a team that will capitalize on that, and we can't give them those opportunities.
From the start of the season until now, what do you feel has been the biggest source of growth for your team since you started this year?
I would have to say our passing has gotten much better than it was. I would still say we have a long ways to go, but it has improved tremendously. Also, our aggressiveness at the net. We have really started to learn how to actually attack the ball instead of just being on defense all the time.
Well, one of the things that I noticed was Maya Knox has really stepped up her game, I thought, and she played a very good match up in Divide County, and she's really improved, it seems like. Got confidence in her leg after having that ACL repair, and I just thought she played very well against the Maroons up in Crosby.
Yeah, like you said, with that ACL tear last year, we didn't get to see what Maya was capable of, and now this year we're getting to see full Maya, and she is going to be a weapon, that's for sure.
Well, thanks for the time, Coach. You've been listening to head coach Angie Kincaid of the Ray Jays here on our Continental Resources Coaches Comments. We'll be back with more of our Border Plains Equipment pregame show from the Tioga Medical Center Sports Desk after a few words from some of our dedicated sponsors. Back after this timeout.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
Brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by...
Established in 1938, Ray Farmers Union Elevator is now your full-service grain and agronomy service facility in northwest North Dakota. Based in Ray, North Dakota, we can assist you with everything from buying the seed in spring to burn down in the fall. Get more done in a day with Ray Farmers Union Elevator.
Roustabout Service and Insulating, servicing the oil and gas industry since 1963.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Border Mobile Grain Cleaning, based in Columbus, North Dakota, offers custom on-the-farm grain cleaning for spring wheat, durum, and barley. Contact Ethan Bakken at 701-310-5007 or find him on Facebook at Border Mobile Grain Cleaning.
Since 1952, Liberty State Bank of Powers Lake, North Dakota has been Burke County's only full-service community-owned and chartered bank. We are committed to being the financial backbone of our community. Liberty State Bank, FDI insured. Located in Powers Lake, North Dakota, the Country Store has what you need. From hardware to everyday essentials, including FR clothing, power tools, and even embroidery and screen printing. You can find most everything at the Country Store. There's always a friendly face willing to help you find what you need at the Country Store. Jared and Brenda invite you to visit them on Main Street in Powers Lake. The Country Store has been in business for almost 50 years. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Give us a call at 701-464-5434 today.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
And as we come back here to Ray, North Dakota, Kurt Hodden Field Court, the site of our District 16 match tonight between the visitors on the scoreboard tonight, the Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers. Their opponent tonight, the home team, it'll be the Ray Jays in this District 16 matchup tonight. The head coach for the Ray Jays, of course, is Angie Kincaid. The new coach for the Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers is Liz Inget. We're only about 2 minutes away from our Northwest Therapy Services opening serve as we sit high atop the gymnasium here in the Tioga Medical Center sports desk. And we are glad to be a part of it. We're thankful for NCC coming on board with helping us with all of our high-speed internet. Great partner. We enjoy their partnership very well here at GameDay Media. Thank you, NCC. Also want to thank other action that's going on in the area tonight in girls volleyball. It'll be the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers knocking off South Prairie Max about a week ago. South Prairie Max, the number one team in the state in the latest poll. They defeated them 3-1, so they're playing the Divide County Maroons tonight up in Bowbells. Stanley Blue Jays are hosting the Velva Aggies, and the Tioga Pirates at homecoming week are hosting the Partial Braves. And over in Trenton tonight, one of the top teams in District 15, the Trenton Tigers, are hosting the Williston Trinity Christian Crusaders. That's what it's going to be going on in Northwest North Dakota. Like I say, we're only a few minutes away here from our Northwest Therapy Services opening tip-off, opening serve, I should say. As our officials tonight, in the chair is going to be Samantha Vedasa. And our floor umpire, the Hall of Famer in his 37th year as an official this year, as a volleyball official, Stuart Dolan. So Stuart is on the floor. Tomorrow night we're going to be in Tioga for the Homecoming 24. It'll be the MLS Mavericks out of Mulhall, Lansford, Sherwood coming into Tioga to take on the Pirates. Both teams 2-2 on the season. Both teams looking for a win tomorrow night in Tioga. We'll go on the air at 6:30 with our pregame show, and we'll come back on our opening kickoff at 7 o'clock. As both teams line up on their respective baselines, we're going to pause and honor the United States of America as our PA announcer introduces our national anthem.
At this time, if you would please rise, remove hats, put your right hand over your heart, and sing along with our national anthem.
Time now for our Country Store starting lineups based in Powers Lake, North Dakota. The Country Store has something for everybody. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. as we look at our starting lineups. First for the Ranchers out of Powers Lake, Burke Central. Our PA announcer tonight, Joe Hickel, letting everybody know what's going on. We appreciate him as well. As we look at our starting lineups for the Ranchers, they'll go with Ashlyn Sunley, a senior. She plays libero, wears number 4. A middle hitter wearing number 6 tonight, Lydia Lukes. She is a sophomore for the Ranchers. A freshman wearing number 8 tonight, Eastland Jensen, is an outside hitter. She is a freshman. Another outside hitter, a junior, wearing number 11 tonight, Ava Bullinger. The setter outside hitter, a senior, wearing number 14 tonight, is Jocelyn Puckett. In the middle hitter, middle blocker, a senior, wearing number 21, Addison Barstead. And opposite outside hitter, a freshman, number 25, Allison Nelson. Head coach, Liz Ingot, assisted by Sarah Fredrickson and Marissa Nordloff. That is your starting lineup, sponsored by the Country Store in Powers Lake, North Dakota. And as we look to the Ray Jays starting lineup, playing on their home court tonight, Kurt Hoddenfield Court. A freshman middle blocker, middle hitter, wearing number 3 tonight, Brooklyn Edwards. Defensive specialist, number 12, is Ava Long. She is a sophomore wearing number 12. Wearing number 5 tonight, Brinley Kincaid is a sophomore again. She's a setter outside hitter. Her mother is the head coach, Angie Kincaid. In the middle, a good one. Wearing number 7, Maya Knox, a junior, plays the middle for the Ray Jays. At the libero position, number 8, a junior, Abby Olson. A middle hitter, number 11, Caden Sargent, a junior for the Ray Jays. A senior rounding out the starting lineup. Outside hitter is number 4, Gretchen Hickel. The head coach for the Ray Jays, Angie Kincaid, assisted by Mandy Knox, Courtney Olson. The junior high coach, Carrie Foss. As we look at our Country Store starting lineups, again, the Country Store based in Powers Lake, North Dakota. Something for everybody up there on Main Street in Powers Lake. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. You can find them on their Facebook page, www.countrystore.doitbest.com. That's the Country Store in Powers Lake, North Dakota. As I want to thank my producer. As we look at our, sorry about that, looking at our YouTube channel, you can find us on YouTube at GameDay Media ND, and also on our Facebook page at GameDay Media. There is no cost to subscribe. We'd appreciate a thumbs up. Helps with all the algorithms and keeps us going. Share. Let your friends and family know that we're broadcasting tonight. The more viewers we get, the better it is for everybody, including our great sponsors who help make this all possible. Our Northwest Therapy Services first serve will go to the Ray Jays. It'll be Abby Olson serving, and the jump serve by Olson is in. It's dug out there, pass to the front row. Puckett brings it across. From the middle, they joust for it. The ball lands on the Ray Jays side, so the first point of the night goes to the Ray Jays. Actually, it goes to the Powers Lake Ranchers, excuse me. Puckett brings it across as the Ray Jays can't catch up with it. Another point on the board for the Ranchers. Ava Bullinger, the junior, back at the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Puts the ball in play, clips the net. Good dig there by Ava Long, but the Ray Jays unable to bring it across, and right now it's 3-0 in favor of the Ranchers. Throwing a shutout so far here as Bullinger continues to serve. Nice low serve. Brought across by Maya Knox with the bump. Here's a set up to Puckett, and Puckett puts it down for the kill. Ray J still looking for their first point of the night. There's Barsted with a set over to Puckett, and there is the first point for the Ray Jays off the miscue by the Ranchers. And there is a good serve by the Ray Jays. Caden Sargent, she's got a little mustard on her serve when she puts it in play. Southpaw swings from the left side. It's 4-2 on your NCC scoreboard. Sargent with a low serve again as the Ranchers bring it across. Up front, that is Kincaid pushing it over. And just like that, the Ray Jays are back into this first set, trailing by 1, 4-3. Another serve by Sargent as Barsted brings it across with her first kill of the night. And the Ranchers with another lead at 5-3. Serving for the Ranchers is Laken Fredrickson. Long brings it across. Fredrickson out. Puckett attacks the net, but it's too deep. It is 5-4 right now in favor of the Ray Jays as they get the serve back. Brinley Kincaid goes back to server's row. Good low serve. Brought across by number 8, Eastland Jensen. And there's another point well placed by the Ray Jays. 5-5. Barsted goes cross court with it, and that one is wide. And so for the first time tonight, the Ray Jays take the lead on your NCC scoreboard, 6-5 here at Kurt Hottenfield Court. Again, my name is Randy Peterson in this District 16 matchup tonight. Here's Puckett going deep. It's too deep. And another point on the board for the Ray Jays. 7-5. Kincaid. Set by Fredrickson. Out to Jensen. Here's Long attacking the net. Pushed over by the Ray Jays. Barsted from the middle. It's too deep. And another point for Ray. Quickly, the Ray Jays are out now after trailing 4-0. And the Ranchers aren't going to be able to come up with that one. So the point on the board goes to the Ray Jays. Tipped at the net. Here's Puckett bringing it across. Abby Olson goes back row with it. Bullinger is able to track it down. Barsted brings it across with the reverse bump. Fredrickson now goes with the set over to Puckett. She goes cross court. Olson probably could have let that one go as it was going to be too deep, but last touch by the Ray Jays. It's say it's 9-6. Long with a big hit, blocked at the net there by the bigs, Jensen and Barsted. 9-7 is another point on the board for the Ranchers. There's a well-placed spike by, so you look at the replay, a back set to Maya Knox, and Knox puts it down for the point. It is 10-7. And there's a service error as the Ranchers pick up the easy point. RTC Networks, the sponsor of our instant replay. I want to thank them as well for being one of our premium sponsors this year, coming on board and making things happen for GameDay Media. Brought across by Bullinger, tapped at the net, kept alive by Bullinger. Great hustle by the Ranchers, never let it die. There is Edwards bringing it across. Edwards in the middle. They're going to set up Ava Long with the attack, and the ball goes off the arms of Puckett and into the bench. That's another point on the board for the Ray Jays as we look at our RTC instant replay. Puckett unable to keep it alive. Hickle goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row with the lead of 3. Here's a set up to Sargent. Sargent goes with the spike. And that's a point for the Ray Jays. They're up 12-8. Hickle, the only senior on the team for the Ray Jays. Back at the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row as Olsen with the dig sends it to the front row. Here's Long again attacking the net. Put down there from the front row by Caden Sargent. And the Ray Jays are up 13-8 here in this first set. Hickle gets the whistle from our chair ump, Samantha Vedasa. And Barstead, no, Lukes brings it across, but as she does, her arm goes into the net. And the Ray Jays are up 14-8. We'll send it back to our studios for a quick timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by Tegan's Interiors, located on Main Street in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook or find them online at tegansinteriors.com.
Gustafson Septic Service Incorporated, family owned and operated since 1986. Offering septic service, portable restrooms and hand wash, sewer jet and camera services. Located in Stanley, North Dakota, call for a free quote at 701-628-2960.
As we come back here to Kurt Hodden Field Court, we want to thank our live sponsors, including the Powers Lake Athletic Booster Club, sponsors of the Outlaws and the Ranchers and everything that they do, coming on board as a sponsor here on Game Day Media. There's a kill attempt from the middle on the outside. It's no good, and another point on the board for the Ray Jays, and the Jays out to a comfortable 7-point lead as Hickle continues to serve here in this first set. Bullinger just taps it across into the middle. Edwards with the hit, and Edwards able to put it down for the kill. And the point goes to the Ranchers, to the Ray Jays, excuse me. Gretchen Hickle again with the serve. She's putting up a string of serves here as Bullinger is too deep on that last kill attempt, and it's another point as it's 17-8 on your NCC scoreboard. And there is finally a point put down by Eastland Jensen. Jensen with a point for the Ranchers cuts the lead to 17-9. We look at our RTC instant replay. Jensen from the right side putting it down for a point for the Ranchers. Leah Roberts back to server's row for the Ranchers. Puckett sends it to the front row. Bullinger and Sargent jousting at the net for it. Ends up on the Rancher side as the point lands on the Rancher side. It's a 17-10 lead. Sargent on the outside. Set to Bullinger. Bullinger picked up there by Hickel. Probably could have let that one go. Here's Bullinger again from the left side. Slowed down at the net by Sargent and Edwards. Long just taps it over. Now here's a set over to Bullinger, and the Ranchers keep it alive. Puckett brings it across. Diving Hickel on the floor, gets it up in the air, and there is a point for the Ranchers. 17-11 on your NCC scoreboard. On Sargent goes cross court. That one's wide and to the left, just a bit outside. The lead is 5 for the Ray Jays as they let the Ranchers crawl back into this match here in set number 1. Best of 5 match. There is a kill attempt by number 25, Allison Nelson, which is too deep. And the point goes to the Ray Jays. 18-12. As Long serves it into the net, gives up the easy point. As we have another substitution coming in, it'll be number 10, Kaylee Nelson, going back to serve for the Ranchers. Her first action on the floor here tonight. 18-13, a 5-point lead for the Ray Jays as Kaylee Nelson gets the whistle, gets the serve in, and it goes out of bounds on the return. So another opportunity for the Ray Jays, or the Ranchers, excuse me. The lead is 4. Brought across by Brinley Kincaid with the left hand. As Bullinger unable to bring it across. And another point given up by the Ray Jays. Brooklyn Edwards goes back to the server's row as Addison Donnelly wearing number 10 tonight. Addie Donnelly is an outside hitter. The front row, Puckett is called in the net. She knew it. If you look at our instant replay, she went into the net after she hit the ball. And there's a kill attempt by Addie Barstead, and Barstead unable to bring it across. Brinley Kincaid continues to serve. There's a miscommunication by the Ranchers, so another point on the board for the Ray Jays. 22-14. Barstead goes high for the kill attempt, dug out there as Knox comes in and puts it into that black hole. Another point for the Jays. They're up 23-14. Edwards goes back row, dug out by the Ranchers. Now here's Barstead again going cross court. Donnelly digs it out, sends it to the front. And Knox too deep on her last kill attempt. 23-15. Bullinger back at server's row. Nice low serve. Here's Sargent taking a big swing at it. That one's in for the kill for Caden Sargent. And we look at our RTC instant replay. Sargent putting a big lick on it. Got it through the net. And it lands in. This is set point for the Ray Jays and Caden Sargent. Sargent's serve is in. Here's a set to the outside as Bullinger brings it across. And then we have a lift that's going to be called against the Ray Jays. It'll be a point for the Ranchers. 24-16. Donnelly brings it across. There's Donnelly putting it down for the set point. 25-16. The first set goes to the Ray Jays. We'll be back with our Bank of Tioga set number 1 recap after this word from our sponsors.
D&L Paraffin Incorporated is a local family-owned hot oil company that has been in operation since 1981. We work hard to develop good business relationships with the oil field companies in the Tioga area. While offering services north of Lake Sakakawea, we focus on integrity, hard work, and safety. For all hot oil services, call dispatch at 701-641-3065 or 701-641-6310. And for hiring information, be sure to follow us on Facebook at DL Paraffin. This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Northern Charm Boutique has a variety of apparel for all ages. We are locally owned and located on Main Street in Powers Lake. Shop in store or check out our website and like our Facebook page.
Napa Tioga Parts Supply, located at 105 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit napaonline.com. This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lac provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Our Bank of Tioga set number one recap. It was the Ray Jays winning set number one with a 25-16 win over the Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers as we start our Northwest Therapy Services opening serve. Set number two gives us a chance to thank the Faith Baptist Church in Kenmare, North Dakota. Pastor Mike Fraunfelter invites you to come to Sunday school at 9:45 a.m. every Sunday. Stick around for the worship service at 11 o'clock up in Faith Baptist Church, Kenmare, North Dakota. Pastor Mike Fraunfelter and also Tioga Pirates Booster Club, another one of our live read sponsors, proud supporters of the Northwest Stars, the Tioga Pirates, and the Williams County Firestorm over there in Tioga and the communities that make up the co-ops as well. As we're about ready to start our set number two with the Northwest Therapy Services opening set serve, it is the Ranchers with an ace by Jocelyn Puckett. That's the right way to get on the board again for the Ranchers after dropping in that opening set loss. Jensen brings it across, tipped at the net, and actually it wasn't tipped at the net as the point goes to the Ranchers. As we continue on here, Bollinger puts it to the middle, right along the net for another point. Puckett continues to serve. This time Bollinger is able to tap it down as we look at our instant replay sponsored by RTC Networks. Four to 0. The Ranchers out to a quick start. Brought across by Jensen from the right corner. Kincaid brings it back into play for the Ray Jays. Pushed to the back row by the Ranchers. Sargent goes with it. Slowed down at the net. Barsted brings it across with a reverse bump, and it lands on the floor. Ray side. And just like that, the Ranchers with another point on the board. They're pitching a shutout right now here in set number two. Bollinger is slowed down. It's off the arms of the Ray Jays. And the Ranchers with the point. There is a lift that's called against the Ray Jays. And wow, not the way you want to start a set out for the Ray Jays after coming off that first set win. As the Ray Jays bring it back into play. Good play there by Abby Olson. Running that ball down as Jensen brings it across, puts it between the two back row players. And it is 8-0. Looking at our RTC instant replay. Barstead with the big swing, and then Barstead is in the net. So the point actually it's Luke's into the net. So the first point on the board for the Ray Jays. Abby Olson. Nice serve by Olson. Bollinger brings it across. Set to the outside as Kincaid tries to drive it home. Knox is putting the ball down, but the Ranchers are called in the net. That's Luke's in the net. Called there by our floor umpire, Stuart Dolan. Abby Olson continues to serve. Short serve. Nice dig there by Sunley. On the outside, here's Kincaid again. She hits it into the net. And a point on the board for the Ranchers. 9-2, your NCC score. As the Ranchers, Leah Roberts goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Again, there's Knox. And head coach Angie Kincaid talked a little bit about Maya Knox and the fact that she's playing with a lot of confidence on that repaired knee of hers. It's good to see. She's a good athlete. There's Knox again. Set her up. She delivers. As able to put it down. Actually, the Ranchers set up Maya Knox better than their own team in that one. Back to live play. This ball brought across. The Ray Jays dig it out. Ray Jays down by 5. Lukes brings it across, but it's too wide, and it's 9-5. The lead is now 4 for Caden Sargent. Sargent's southpaw swing, as there's another one by Maya Knox with authority as she attacks the ball at the net and puts it down for another Ray point. 9-6. Sargent again with the big swing serve. Sunley with the dig. Bollinger brings it across. Got to get it over. Roberts does. Long now. Brings it to the middle. Back on the Rancher side. Bollinger with the tap. Here's a set to the middle. Maya Knox brings it across. Now here is Lukes with it. And they're called with the lift. It's 9-7. And we have a substitution for the Ranchers. That is number 8, Eastland Jensen, checking in for Leah Roberts. There is another serve by Caden Sargent. Back row, Sargent pushes it to the front row. Kincaid with it. And just like that, the Ranchers' lead has dwindled to 1, 9-8. On your NCC scoreboard in favor of the Ranchers at this point. Almost misplayed by the Ranchers, but there is Knox again from the middle. And another point put down, and we're all tied up on your NCC scoreboard. 9 points apiece as a 8-0 run has now turned into a 9-9 game. The Ranchers giving up the lead to be tied up, and there is another point for the Ray Jays. Got a timeout on the floor. 10-9, the Ray Jays coming back strong. Back after this timeout.
Looking for top quality groceries and ready to go meals? Visit The Depot, owned by Julie and Josh Bummer in Crosby, North Dakota. This specialty grocery store offers a wide selection of premium meats, including 100% ranch-sourced beef from the Nelson Livestock Company, essential grocery items, and delicious pre-made meals perfect for any occasion. If you're planning family dinner, need something fast, or need a special order for an upcoming event, The Depot has you covered. Support local and shop The Depot in Crosby today. Find us on Facebook at The Depot LLC.
The Ray Jays, after dropping the first 8 points of set number 2, battling back to take the lead by 1 out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, called by head coach Liz Inget of the Ranchers. As we're ready to play again, as Caden Sargent for the Ray Jays continues to serve for Ray. That one's in, almost an ace, and Ray Jays playing with a lot of authority right now, and the Ranchers kind of flat-footed on that last serve. Again, off the arms of number 25, Allie Nelson, and it's 12-9. It's quite a comeback here by the Ray Jays after being down 8-0 in this first set number 2. Sargent again. This time there's a big swing by Allie Nelson, and the kill goes to Nelson, and that stops the scoring streak for the Ray Jays as the point on the board for the Ranchers. Kaylee Nelson checks in to go to Service Valley Dental Group servers row. Set to the middle, Knox taps it across. Bollinger there for the Ranchers. Bollinger gets it back, tries to bring it home, but a diving Olsen keeps it alive. At the net, Barsted continues. Barsted now puts it down with the kill for the Ranchers. What a great play, good hustle by the Ranchers. Cuts the lead to 1 for Ray as Kaylee Nelson continues to serve from Service Valley Dental Group servers row. 12-11 on your NCC scoreboard. As the ball just clears the net on the return by Avery Larson. And the point goes to the Ray Jays. Brindley Kincaid serves for the Ray Jays with a 2-point lead, 13-11. Brindley's serve with the jump serve. Goes over. Nelson brings it across for the Ranchers. Here's a set for Donnelly, and Donnelly with the attack drives it home for the Ray Jays. Another low serve, and that's going to be off the arms of Allie Nelson as we look at our instant replay on that serve that was too hard for the Ranchers off of the serve by Brindley Kincaid. As we come back to live action as the Ray Jays. There's a swing and a miss by Barsted, and it's 16-11. Another big serve by Kincaid. That's a Tioga Ace Hardware ace. 17-11 in favor of the Ray Jays. Needing 8 points to claim set number 2. Kincaid back at servers row. Dug out there by Sunley, the libero for the Ranchers. And there's the ball that's in by Barsted. Well placed by Addison Barsted for the point for Powers Lake Burke Central. Ava Bollinger now back to servers row. Service error for the Ranchers gives the point to the Ray Jays as Maya Knox now serves for the Ray Jays. And that one's a Tioga Ace Hardware ace. Hits the white line, and that's another point and a 7-point lead for Ray. Short serve, there's another ace. Wow. Timeout on the floor. St. Luke's Medical Center timeout. NCC scoreboard. It's the Ray Jays 20, the Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers 12.
In a world where every dollar counts, we believe in empowering you to do more with your money. At the Bank of Tioga, we help ignite prosperity for you and the communities we serve. Whether you're a family looking for personal financial solutions, a business seeking growth, or an agricultural entrepreneur with big dreams, we have the products and services to help you achieve your goals. Experience the power of partnership and visit your nearest location or explore our online services today. We ignite prosperity at the Bank of Tioga, member FDIC.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lac provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
As we come back, the Ray Jays goes with an 8-point lead, coming back out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout. Another good serve by Maya Knox. Knox with the outstretched arms gets it to Edwards. Edwards brings it across as Puckett slowed down at the net by Brooklyn Edwards from the middle. The freshman for the Ray Jays. As Jensen brings it across from the middle, there's a diving number 9, that is Sailor Bothy. As a point goes to the Ranchers. Lakin Fredrickson serves for the Ranchers. Dig by Abby Olson. Here's Ava Long going back row as Lakin can't catch up with it. Another point for Ray. 21-13. The Ray Jays with the lead as Ava Long continues to serve from the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row, leading by 8. As Jensen puts it down with the kill right along the line, and Jocelyn Puckett, check that. All these girls wearing pigtails, they all look alike way up here at the Tioga Medical Center sports desk. As the Ranchers, Ray Jays Donnelly brings it across. Here's a back set. Jensen brings it across for the Ranchers. Here's a set to Sargent. The southpaw goes hard with it on the kill, and it's another point on the board for the Ray Jays. As we look at our RTC instant replay, there's Sargent with a big drive and the big swing from the right corner, and another point for Ray. There's a well-placed hit by Lydia Lukes, and that's a point on the board for the Ranchers. 22-15 on your NCC scoreboard. Checking in is Allison Nelson, a freshman for the Ranchers, and head coach Liz Ingot. On the outside, Kincaid goes with the big hit. He gets it across with the help of the net, and it's 23-15. Be Edwards now. The freshman. The Ranchers go to the back row, long there to dig it out. Here's Sargent again from the corner. Tapped across, jousted between both teams. They're going to set up Brindley Kincaid as Kincaid drives it home for the winning point. It is set point for the Ray Jays, 24-15. As Brooklyn Edwards serves for the set. Set by Puckett on the outside. Bullinger drives it home. Chance for Brindley Kincaid to put it down, and there is the winning point in set number 2. 25-15. The Ray Jays go up 2-0. We'll be stepping out. Come back with our Bank of Tioga set number 2 recap. The Jays have got the Ranchers on their heels.
Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Nessa Consulting, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Visit nessaconsulting.com.
Our paths are rarely clear-cut. You may step out of bounds, or even out on your own. No matter what it looks like, your path is personal, and that's what makes it powerful. Brevera Bank, Insurance and Wealth.
At Prairie Home Furnishings of Stanley, featuring some of the best brands in the industry, such as Ashley, Lazy Boy, and Shaw Flooring, we have something for every room in your home. From furniture to flooring, outdoor living, mattresses, and decor, we truly have everything your home deserves. Shop our everyday low prices locally in store Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturdays from 9 to 4, or shop online anytime at shopphf.com. For all things home, be sure to also follow us on Facebook.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Lindsay Grocery is a locally owned and operated business in Crosby, North Dakota. We are committed to serving our community and region. With fresh baked goods, produce, and our in-house smoked meats, we've got you covered. Come experience the convenience and warmth of shopping local again. Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, located at 106 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit tiogadrug.com.
As we come back for the Bank of Tioga set number 2 recap, the strong performance by Caden Sargent in that set number 2, and the Ray Jays claim the set 25-15 to take a commanding lead, 2-0 as we look at our Faith Baptist Church again, live read. Faith Baptist Church located up in Kenmare, North Dakota. Pastor Mike Fraunfelter invites you to worship with them every Sunday at 11 o'clock. Make sure to join them at Sunday school at 9:45 a.m. Northwest Therapy Services first set of set number 3. As we play on here, it's going to be a back set to Sargent, and Sargent drives it home, but it's kept alive off the basket. My goodness, we thought that one was over. Girls played on, though, and there's a point for the Ranchers, and there's a well-earned point to start set number 3. I guess the baskets are in play. Maya Knox brings it across from the middle. Knox puts it down for the first point. We're all tied up at 1-1. Here in set number 3 as Caden Sargent, strong server from set number 2, puts the first one down. And Maya Knox from the middle goes right side. That time it's wide. So the Ranchers with a 2-1 lead. As Laken Fredrickson, the freshman, comes in to serve for Powers Lake Burke Central with a lead of 1. Gretchen Hickel blocked at the net, kept alive by the Jays as Hickel brings it across. From the middle, Addie Barsted tries to bring it home, but it is too deep. Two to 2. It's Brinley Kincaid serving for the Jays. Make sure you let your friends and family know that we're on Game Day Media. We're going to be on the air again tomorrow night. As the Ranchers take the lead by 1 over in Tioga. We'll be there tomorrow night for homecoming football. Tioga Pirates taking on the MLS Mavericks. We're set to go on the air at 6:30 with our Border Plains Equipment pregame show followed by our Northwest Therapy Services opening kickoff at 7 o'clock. 4-2. Noah Fredrickson will be joining me tomorrow night on the call from Tioga. We're looking forward to that. As there's another point for the Ranchers. So the Ranchers showing a little bit of life here in set number 3. They need to because they're down 2-0. 5-2 on your NCC scoreboard. Knox taps it across. Luke's there for the Ranchers. Played off the net, but the ball goes backwards and out of bounds. Last touch by the Ray Jays. 6-2 as Ashlyn Sundley continues to serve for the Ranchers. Kincaid with the setup to Hickle. She brings it across. A diving Sundley keeps it alive. Jensen now with the tip. On the outside, Ava Long attacks, and there's the kill that's in for the Ray Jays, Ava Long. So we look at the instant replay sponsored by RTC Networks. Good set. As Long able to drive it home as she attacks the net. There is Long again. Going high for another Ray point, 6-4. Maya Knox. Oh, that one was dug out in the front row. Maya Knox sends it to the front. Here's Brooklyn Edwards bringing it across. Dug out there. Puckett brings it across. Now here's a chance. They set up Edwards as she tips it to the corner, and Edwards puts it down, and the Ray Jays are within 1. 6-5 as Knox continues to serve for the Jays. Puckett brings it across with the tap. Back set to Hickle. She brings it across, trying to find that black hole. Lukes brings it across for the Ranchers. There's another tip off the arms of the Ranchers, and just like that, we're all tied up again at 6-6 as Maya Knox continues to serve. Serve is in. Puckett, and this time they're going to call Ava Long in the net, so that point goes to the Ranchers. 7-6 on your NCC scoreboard. Good serve by Jossie Puckett. Edwards blocked at the net. And there is a point put down by the Ray Jays front row. And we're all knotted up at 7-7. Well, Edwards. And that's Caden Sargent with the set from the Ranchers, point on the board for the Ray Jays. If we play on, here's a back set to Sargent from Edwards. Ranchers going backwards as Puckett brings it across. Long. Caught off guard, but the Ranchers also caught off guard as let the ball hit. Liz Inget encourages them to play a little bit better. Get on your toes. Puckett sets over to Bollinger, and Bollinger's kill attempt is too deep. 10-7. The Ray Jays up by 3. Edwards from the middle. This time Edwards' kill attempt is too deep. And that point goes to the Ranchers. Ray Powers Lake Outlaws traveling to Velva tomorrow night to take on the Aggies. I believe they're the number 3 seed in Class A 11-man football. A big game tomorrow for the Ray Powers Lake Outlaws. And there is another point put down by Sargent, Caden Sargent. Ava Long serving for the Jays with a 3-point lead. Allie Nelson slowed down at the net. Here's Sargent on the outside to Kincaid, and Kincaid drives it home. Ray Jays unable to block it. Inbounds. It's 12-8. Ava Long again goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row, and there's a service error, so a point for the Ranchers. As Kaylee Nelson checks in again, the junior outside hitter goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. The serve is in. The knuckleball comes across. Good play there by Abby Olson. On the outside, Bullinger blocked at the net. Nobody home there to back up the blockers. And the point on the board for the Ranchers. 12-10. As Kaylee Nelson continues to serve. Short serve, dug out there by Hickel. Kincaid puts it down for the Ray Jays. So we look at our RTC instant replay. See a good set there by Ava Long over to Brindley Kincaid. Edwards with the serve for Ray. Tapped across by Addison Barsted. Long arms by Barsted, able to place it where the Ray Jays weren't. And so it's a point on the board for the Ranchers. They're down by 2. Ava Bullinger goes back to server's row. Good serve. Sent to the front row, and this time the tip by Brindley Kincaid is wide. Another point for the Ranchers. 13-12. Ranchers still down by 1 here in set number 3. Ray Jays claiming the first 2 sets of this best-of-5 match. There is a block attempt. Nobody behind the blockers. And it's another point on the board for the Ray Jays. As Caden Sargent, the junior southpaw, goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Along the baseline, Puckett with a nice find there. Puts a point on the board for the Ranchers. Substitution as number 9 for Ray. Sailor Bothy checks in to play back row for head coach Angie Kincaid as Lakin Fredrickson serves for the Ranchers. Here's Donnelly, cross court, and the kill by Donnelly puts another point on the board for the Ray Jays. Brindley Kincaid now serving with a 2-point lead. Short serve almost goes into the Rancher bench, but the Ranchers able to retrieve it as the ball sent to the front row. Donnelly brings it across. Now they set up Puckett for the swing on the outside, and there is the ball hitting the antenna. So another point for the Ray Jays. 16-13. Brindley Kincaid. And the ball is out as the Ray Jays put another point on the board. 17-13. Ray Jays kind of taking control of this set number 3 as well. Here's a back set to Barsted. No doubt about that one as Barsted puts it home for the Ranchers with a big hit from the right side. We look at our instant replay sponsored by RTC Networks. 17-14. Ashlyn Sundley serving for the Ranchers. The ball is in play, sent to the front by Bothy. Here's Long attacking from the corner, puts it off the arms of the Ranchers, and it is another point for the Ray Jays. They're up 18-14. Maya Knox now goes back to the server's row, and a service error gives a point to the Ranchers. Sure, that's one thing that they're going to talk about at practice with head coach Angie Kincaid is Can't give up the easy points. Edwards blocked at the net. And it's a point. Ranchers. Jossie Puckett continues to serve. This time the Ranchers can't come up with it. Ray with the point. As Caden Sargent checks in again for head coach Angie Kincaid to play the front row. She'll start on the left side of the net, but after the serve, she'll go to the right side. Back row, Donnelly sends it to the front. Back set to Sargent. Sargent with the big swing block. Now brought across by Edwards, but it's too deep. As that point goes to Powers Lake Burke Central. 19-17 on your NCC scoreboard. Leah Roberts serves for the Ranchers. There's Sargent from the left side. Now goes back to her more familiar side, the right side, as Donnelly digs out that kill attempt by the Ranchers. Long brings it across. Nice dig by Ashlyn Sunley as the Ray Jays keep it alive and can't get it over on the third hit. 19-18. Abby Olson runs down the second hit. Kincaid brings it across. Blocked by the Ray Jays and out of bounds, and so we're all tied up 19-19. 19-19 for the set number 3 as Edwards brings it across. Ray Jays keep it alive. Here's Sargent trying to bring it home. There's Sunley. As the Ray Jays can't come up with it, and just like that, the Ranchers have taken a 1-point lead here in set number 3. Sargent with a running slap at it. Brings it across. Miscommunication there by the Jays as we have a timeout on the floor. St. Luke's Medical Center timeout. 21-20. The Powers Lake Ranchers not going away without a fight. Back after this timeout.
Located in Stanley, North Dakota, the mission of Montreal County Medical Center is to provide quality health care services to Montreal County and the surrounding area, and have done so since 1960. We are proud to be a part of Stanley's integrated health care system that includes our critical access hospital, nursing home, assisted living apartments, independent living apartments, and an aquatic center. To schedule an appointment with our great providers, call us at 701-628-2505 or find us on our website at stanleyhealth.org. Montreal County Medical Center, here to help you throughout a lifetime.
As we come back out of that St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, gives us a 21-19. 21-19, the Ranchers up, and then the service error by the Ranchers. A point on the board for Ray. I want to thank the Powers Lake Athletic Booster Club and the Tioga Pirates Booster Club for coming alongside of us on GameDay Media, supporting their local teams respectively, as the Ray Jays put down another point to tie this matchup, or this setup, at 21 apiece. Ava Long back at the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Luke's with it. Nice play by the Ranchers, but the Ranchers front row unable to come up with it. So another point on the board for Ray as they take a 1-point lead. They're 3 points away from sweeping the Ranchers here tonight at Kurt Houghton Field Court. Here's Brindley Kincaid going to the middle. Ball's on the court. And that's another point for Ray. And we have another timeout on the floor. 23-21.
Imagine working with a team where your well-being is a top priority. At NCC, we champion work-life balance. Our culture ensures you have the time you need for life's important moments. We offer competitive pay that recognizes your hard work. Plus, enjoy comprehensive health insurance that puts your mind at ease. You'll also receive generous paid time off. And think future forward with our retirement contributions, securing your financial peace of mind. Join a team that values you. Work somewhere great and thrive. Don't wait for opportunity to knock. Open the door. Apply today at NCC. Visit nccray.com/careers.
Coming out of the St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, the Ray Jays leading by 2, 23-21. On the outside, Kincaid brings it across from the left corner. There's Donnelly in the back row. Sent to the front row, but this time it is Sargent. As they're going to call the Ranchers in the net. It is match point for Ava Long and the Ray Jays. No room for air for the Ranchers. Big serve by Long. Puckett brings it across. Here's a set. Long on the outside to Kincaid. Kincaid blocked at the net by Lydia Lukes. 24-22. As Kaylee Nelson will come in to serve from the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Nelson's serve is in. Arsted brings it across from the middle. Now on the Ray side. Chance for Sargent to drive it home. Joust at the net. Ranchers have got to get it over. Here's a chance for Long. Goes to the back row. And that's the set point by Ava Long as the Ray Jays capture the win in set number 3, 25-22, to take home the sweep of the Ray Jays. We'll be back with our DNL Paraffin postgame show and our coaches' comments, Continental Resources coaches' interview, along with our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game.
Growing family? The City of Ray has shovel-ready lots available, 12,000 to 20,000 square feet. The lots are free of any special assessments. Right on Highway 2, we offer convenient travel and connections, as well as access to our amazing education system. Your family's future is important to us. Let us help you with that first big step. Contact Rhonda at 701-568-2204 or stop by City Hall at 101 Main Street in Ray. Think of Ray when planning your future. Invest in a community that invests in you. At Souris Valley Dental Group, we've been using modern treatment techniques and products to help families smile since 1968. Voted as the #1 dentist in Minot, our team of expert dentists combine their unique areas of expertise and their experiences to create treatment plans that help each individual patient meet their goals. Contact our dental office at 701-419-8900 or visit sourisvalleydental.com to schedule an appointment today. You can count on us to keep your family grinning from ear to ear for many years to come.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Brandy Larson Insurance of Stanley offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance. For a quote, call 701-628-1414. Your local Farmers Union insurance agent. Located in Tioga, North Dakota, WHAM LLC and Dry Fork Supply are companies that specialize in gas flow measurement and equipment, along with a fully stocked oil-filled parts and supply warehouse in the Bakken. Give them a call at 701-664-9425 or stop by today.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Can you hang out with Grandpa for a bit? I'm down in the barn.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be up there in a bit.
RTC Networks capture cameras. Keep an eye on what you care about.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
At DA Land LLC, our vision is to provide for the community in which we live and operate, providing a full line of skid steer attachments, farm and ranch, equine equipment, and much more. Shop our store in Tioga, North Dakota, or visit us online at daland-llc.com.
Otheon Boutique carries a wide variety of women's clothing as well as permanent jewelry. Shop in downtown Tioga or visit their website at shopotheon.com.
While being the largest leaseholder in the Bakken, Continental Resources believes that we are among the most efficient and cost-effective producers of oil and natural gas on the planet. One of the most effective ways of putting action behind our values is by giving to those communities in which we operate. American Energy is a huge contributor of tax revenue to local, state, and federal governments, an economic catalyst, and a job creator. If you want to work in an environment that encourages teamwork and putting your ideas into action, visit CLR.com to start your new career today.
As we come back to our DNL Paraffin postgame show, I've got our winning head coach, Angie Kincaid, and another nice win on District 16, Angie, against the longtime rivals, Powers Lake Ranchers. Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers.
Right. Yeah, and it's always good to get a win at home.
Yeah, it is, and I thought the play of your front row, you attacked the net very well tonight with Sargent and Ava Long and Brooklyn Edwards and Brinley Kincaid, for that matter, all hitting hard. Not too many tap balls, a lot of hard balls, and when you can hit the ball hard, things usually go better for a team, right?
Yeah, we've had enough games where we've played on defense the whole game. It was time to be on offense, and it works.
So what's up next for the Ray Jays? Do you have a tournament this weekend or anything like that?
Our JV has a tournament this weekend. We play on Tuesday, but I honestly couldn't tell you who it is. 1 week at a time.
One game, 1 week at a time. A nice smile on the face of winning head coach for the Ray Jays, Angie Kincaid. Thank you for your time, Angie.
Thank you.
We'll step back and we'll come back with our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game after this quick timeout.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Dr. Cammie Wehrman has been serving the Crosby area with entire family chiropractic care for 20 years, specializing in back and neck pain, headaches, and sports injuries. We also carry a full line of Nutridyne supplements. To schedule an appointment today, call 701-965-3222.
Murex Petroleum Corporation, a pioneer for today, creating opportunities for all involved. Extraordinary people, extraordinary assets. To start a great career, visit MurexPetroleum.com.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Established in 1938, Ray Farmers Union Elevator is now your full-service grain and agronomy service facility in northwest North Dakota. Based in Ray, North Dakota, we can assist you with everything from buying the seed in the spring to burn down in the fall. Get more done in a day with Ray Farmers Union Elevator.
Roustabout Service and Insulating, servicing the oil and gas industry since 1963. Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today.
As we come back here, I've been able to catch up with our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. That is Cadence Sargent, a junior for the Ray Jays. And Cadence, congratulations to the Ray Jays on a nice win tonight over the Ranchers.
Thank you.
Yeah, one of the reasons that we named you as our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game was because you were great from the service line, I thought, tonight. as you played a very strong front row as well. But I've been really impressed with your serving the last couple games that we've been able to broadcast for the Ray Jays. But you work on that in the off season, or what do you do to get better at that every year?
During the off season, we played club, and then our club coach started letting us practice it more. And then we had like 3 weeks of practice before our first game, so then Angie started letting us practice it. And then we went to Minot at Bishop Ryan for like a scrimmage, and she let us do it there. And she said if it went good, we could keep doing it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's sure paid off for you. I think just about everybody on your rotations do that jump serve, which I think is an advantage if you can do it and get them in and not have those service errors, right? But another thing that was a strong point in your game tonight was the fact that you're hitting from the right side, and with the southpaw hit, you can go cross court, have a wide open court, right?
Yeah. Last year I was hitting middle, but then during club I started practicing right side more, so then Angie noticed that I was stronger at it, so she put me there.
Well, I know one of the things you got to pat your teammates on the back with some pretty good setting, right?
Yes, Brindley Kincaid and Avery Larson, they've been working their butts off so hard all through the off season. They've gotten so much better, and they've been really good at communicating, so.
Well, keep an eye on this one. She's our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game, a junior, Caden Sargent of the Ray Jays. We'll step aside. We'll finish up here on our DNL Paraffin postgame show after this quick timeout.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by Tegan's Interiors, located on Main Street in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook or find them online at tegansinteriors.com.
Gustafson Septic Service Incorporated, family owned and operated since 1986. Offering septic service, portable restrooms and hand wash, sewer jet and camera services. Located in Stanley, North Dakota, call for a free quote at 701-628-2960.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Nessa Consulting, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Visit nessaconsulting.com.
Our paths are rarely clear-cut. You may step out of bounds, or even out on your own. No matter what it looks like, your path is personal, and that's what makes it powerful. Bravera Bank, Insurance and Wealth.
Growing family? The City of Ray has shovel-ready lots available, 12,000 to 20,000 square feet. The lots are free of any special assessments. Right on Highway 2, we offer convenient travel and connections, as well as access to our amazing education system. Your family's future is important to us. Let us help you with that first big step. Contact Rhonda at 701-568-2204 or stop by City Hall at 101 Main Street in Ray. Think of Ray when planning your future. Invest in a community that invests in you.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provide speech therapy in our clinics, as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
D&L Paraffin Incorporated is a local family-owned hot oil company that has been in operation since 1981. We work hard to develop good business relationships with the oilfield companies in the Tioga area. While offering services north of Lake Sakakawea, we focus on integrity, hard work, and safety. For all hot oil services, call dispatch at 701-641-3065 or 701-641-6310. And for hiring information, be sure to follow us on Facebook at DL Paraffin.
And as we come back here to wrap up our Kurt Hodden Field Court in Ray, North Dakota, once again, the Ray Jays sweeping the Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers 3-0. First set went to the Jays 25-16. 25-15 in set number 2, closing out the Ranchers 25-22 in set number 3 as Caden Sargent, the Ray Jays Junior Southpaw, named our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. That wraps up our coverage for tonight. As we look at the rest of this week, we're going to be over in Tioga tomorrow night as the Tioga Pirates in Homecoming 24 are going to host the MLS Mavericks out of Mulhall, Lansford, Sherwood. We'll go on with our Border Plains Equipment pregame show at 6:30. Our Northwest Therapy Services opening kickoff at 7. Join me and Noah Fredrickson, along with our great production team tomorrow night for our final broadcast of the week. Next week, we're going to be a busy week as well, as we'll be right back here in Ray on Tuesday, the 24th, as the Kenmare Bull Bells Honkers come over to Ray. Highly touted Kenmare Honkers taking on the Ray Jays. Then on Thursday, the 26th of September, Honkers will travel to Tioga as the Pirates will host the Honkers in girls volleyball in District 16 play. We'll wrap up the week next Friday over in Stanley as the strong Velva, Garrison, Drake, Animus Aggies take on the Stanley Blue Jays over in Stanley next Friday night. So a busy week next week in store for you. One more game this week. Join us tomorrow with me and Noah Fredrickson. Once again, your final score here in girls District 16 volleyball. It is a sweep by the Ray Jays, 3-0. On behalf of all of our sponsors who help make the broadcast of these games all possible, we couldn't do it without them. Make sure you go out and support our sponsors and tell them thank you and buy some product or services from them. We certainly appreciate them. We wouldn't be able to do it. Until tomorrow night, I want to thank my production crew tonight, David Peterson and James Myers. My name is Randy Peterson, signing off. As we sign off, drive safe and keep it turning. Good night.
Tonight's GameDay Media broadcast was brought to you by NCC, Tioga Medical Center, The Country Store, St. Luke's Medical Center, O'Theone Boutique, Souris Valley Dental Group of Minot, Haugland Insurance Services, D&L Paraffin, Brad Johnson Insurance, Bravera Bank, Continental Resources, Northwest Therapy Services, Nesset Consulting Service, Roustabout Service and Insulating, DA Land LLC, Tioga Ace Hardware, Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, the Bank of Tioga, Tioga Parts Supply, Tegan's Interiors, Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, Prairie Home Furnishings, Farmers Union Insurance, Larson Vossen Agency, Montreal County Health Center, Brandy Larson Insurance Agency, Kyle Hansen, Financial Advisor, Border Mobile Grain Cleaning, Wham LLC and Dry Fork Supply, Burke Divide Electric Cooperative, Liberty State Bank of Powers Lake, Crosby Chiropractic, the City of Ray, Lindsay Grocery, Northern Charm Boutique, Montreal Williams Electric Cooperative, Mirex Petroleum Corporation, Powers Lake Athletic Booster Club, Faith Baptist Church of Kenmare, Ray Farmers Union Elevator, Gustafson Septic Service Incorporated, Tioga Pirates Booster Club, The Depot LLC, TNT Measurements Incorporated, RTC Networks, Flag Family Media.